Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're all doing okay. Uncle Bob Connor here once again with another video, and today I'm going to be ranking all the Scream movies on DVD. So I'm going to be ranking all 6 movies now. I had planned to do this before, but I hadn't got the new one. So now that I've got the new one, all 6 movies, I'm going to be doing the ranking. These ranking videos, I don't know. I mean, I find these quite a difficult thing to sort of do, because I can either do them based on how good the films are, or nostalgia, or a bit of both. Sometimes I don't know whether to do it on the actual quality of the movie or whether to do it on nostalgia, because sometimes a lot of the time I prefer the older movies to the more recent ones. For example, the Friday the 13th, although the earlier ones are, in terms of quality, they're pretty badly made, let's be honest. Special effects are not great, the blood looks like paint, and they're not the best movies. However, I do enjoy the earlier ones rather as opposed to sort of, I don't know, Jason Part 10, and sort of the remake, which are probably in terms better quality made. But you know, I think I still prefer the early ones. So when I do the ranking, I sort of put the early ones, a lot of them, before the late ones, but then I sort of mix it up a bit. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I mean, it's all just, you know, we've all got, our ranking opinions on the DVDs, and you know, you could put them in any order. There's no specific order that the rankings go in. I mean, a lot of people do the ranking videos, and it's, you know, we have all our differences of opinions, what we think is, you know, what's the best and what's the least, and yeah, it doesn't really matter, it's just all a bit of fun. But I mean, this is my sort of ranking. So obviously I'm putting the more recent one last. Don't know why that's going to that way. I'm putting actually I'm going to change hand. The more recent one I'm going to put last, because I think it is the weakest of the 6. Because I don't get wrong, I actually did enjoy it to some extent. I've just watched it once so far, and I'll watch it again another time. And I think it was quite good. It's surprisingly better than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be really rubbish, similar to the Jason Takes Manhattan. Although it's fun because it's sort of got a bit of nostalgia there because it's old, but then it's sort of, in terms of film, it's pretty rubbish. And I thought that was going to be like this, because it sounded like a bad idea, having Ghostface in New York. You thought it was just going to be really terrible. Actually, it's surprisingly better than you think it's going to be. However, I think it is the least favourite because I don't enjoy it as much as the older ones, and David Arquette and Neve Campbell are not, or Neve, or whatever you like to call her, are not in it. It's only got Courtney, and I think it's weaker in terms of cast. It just seems like I get feeling something missing, you know, when I watch it. Yeah, I just don't think it's as fun. I thought when it was good, Like the killings and stuff was fun. And I did like a lot of the scenes in it and the killings. But I think it was too over the top. You know, they don't need to be killing with stab someone 20 times. I think it's just over the top. You know, you can stab someone a few times, but it doesn't need to stab someone 20, 30 or 40 times to make it good. You know, you can just stab someone a few times in these horror films. You don't have to just go... It doesn't have to always be monstrous use of a knife or monstrous use of violence. You can make these films better with less violence, I feel. And it doesn't need to be like killing someone 30 times, you know, stabbing someone 30 times and then loads and loads of blood all squirting out. It doesn't have to be like that, you know. But I thought it was, yeah, a bit over the top. Didn't think the cast was as strong, and sometimes when there wasn't nothing going on, it felt a bit boring, which wasn't very enjoyable. But yeah, so I'm ranking that last. Now I'm going to rank the one previous before that, because again, although I do prefer this than the most recent one, and I think this is actually quite good. I did enjoy it when I watched it. I think I only actually watched it. I'm not sure if I've watched this once or twice so far. I have to check, but I'm gonna watch it again because I'm due to watch it again because I haven't watched it for a while since I last watched it. I'm not sure if I watched it once or twice already. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna watch it again when I get the chance. And I think this is better than that. It's obviously got the full 3 original members, Neve, Courtney and David, which is good. And so it's slightly stronger in terms of cast. And obviously on here it says the best film in the entire series. I wouldn't go that far, but it's good and it is fun. Neve's not in it that much, but she's in it. And yeah, I do like a lot of the scenes, like a lot of the killings and the party scenes. And yeah, I do like a lot of the scenes, and it is actually fun and enjoyable. But I think because I like the first couple, you know, more than probably the third, I really actually do like the third better than this. But it's a tough call, to be honest. But yeah, I think we'll go with this next. But it is better than it is surprisingly actually quite good, and better than the most recent one. But yeah, now this is a tough choice because it's either 3 or 4 next. And actually, I know a lot of people say about 3 not being as good, but I actually quite like it. And I do like a lot of the scenes in it. You know, I think it is quite good, to be honest. But just in terms, because it's ranking and I don't want to do them 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm just going to put 3 next because I actually quite like it. I like the music in it. Because it's sort of like there's a few rock songs in it. One by Creed, which I really like. What If? That's a really good song. So I do like that. I actually do like it as a movie as well. I like quite a lot of the scenes. As I said, when I say about the ones, I just prefer the early ones better. Because as I say, I like the music, I do like the scenes, and I just like the earliness of it. You know, I think it was in 2000 it was made, so I do like the earlier sort of ones rather than the later ones. And I do like the scenes, and I do like the killings, and I do like the story of it. So I mean, really, I would put the first 3 in the top half rather than that, but just because of the fact it's a ranking video, I'm putting this next. But actually, I would just put those 3, and then them 3 in the top 3, to be honest. Not because of that order, just because I just like the first 3 better than these 3. But I'm going to put the third next anyway. So then the fourth is going to have to go next. Just seeing. No, I think that's Lee's best. Then that. So yeah, but only on the basis that if it was my choice, I would put the first 3 first. In terms of what I like better, but just the fact that it's a ranking, I'm putting in third. Fourth is actually quite good, to be honest. You know, it's got all the cast and some new cast, and it is actually quite good as a movie in general. I like a lot of the scenes and the killings. Although there's a few actors that I don't like. I don't really like these young actors. I do prefer the the original cast and a lot of the older actors. I'm not too keen on all these new actors, to be honest. I never remember any of the names for a start, and sometimes you see them in some of these young actors that are in their 20s. You see them in some films, and then you never see them in anything else. I never remember their names. I just know the original three actors, David, Neve, and Courtney, to be honest. But that's just my view on it. So some of them don't really like. But I think in general it's a good movie, and there's a lot of good scenes. It's really good at the end. Sort of the end when it's killings and the killers are revealed. You think that's the end, but then there's another extended bit at the hospital, so there's more. It does go on, and I do like it. But I'm putting that next only because it's ranking bid. Now this is a tough choice because I really like 1 and 2 the best out of all of the 6. And again, I would probably just, to me it's a toss up between 1 or 2. I mean, they're both pretty good and I really enjoy both. To be honest, I'd probably say 1 is better, but only on the basis because it's a ranking video. I'm just gonna, because I just don't want to do it, I want to mix them up a bit. And I'm gonna go with first in second place. I mean, it's an awesome horror film, and it was a great idea, and it is really it's obviously the most iconic and the most recognisable, and it is good all the way through, and there's loads of good killings, and there's not really, to be honest, and it's got a good time. I like the time, although I don't know, maybe too short, because I think these films should be about 150, nearly 2 hours, because I think they're more funner and enjoyable the longer they are. But this is maybe a bit too short, maybe the only downfall. But other than that, there's not really anything you could say bad about it. It's just really good, and all the actors are really good in it. And a lot of the killings are good and the story's good. So, but as I said, only in the fact that because it's a ranking, I just want to change the order. But I'll probably put 1 and 2 and then 1. But yeah, so obviously that leaves 2 in first place. As I said, other than the fact because it's a ranking video, I'm putting 2 first, but I'll probably put 1 first if it was my own choice, and then 2. But I do like 1, 2 and 3, to be honest, better than the more recent ones like 4, 5. I'd pick 1, 2 and 3 over them if it was me personally, but because of the ranking I just didn't want to do them 5, 6, 5, 4, so I thought I'd just change a couple. But I mean, the ranking's quite hard. Well, I don't really see how anyone could say that 5 and 6 are better than the first 3 or 4 anyway. I don't think they are, to be honest. And the last one is certainly definitely the weakest one. I can't see how anyone could rank that better with Neve not being in it and it just not being as good. But anyway, 2 I'm ranking as the first. Even I think probably 1 is better, but 2 is really a really good strong sequel, I think. It's really fun. I do like the beginning bit where they're at the cinema and then the woman ends up getting killed at the cinema, or the couple gets killed at the cinema. I do like these cinema scenes. Or some scenes I quite like when they do like party scenes and there's like a group of people having a party, like those type of scenes. And I do like the cinema scene at the beginning, it's really cool. And certain scenes I just feel like quite fun and enjoyable to watch when you're just sitting at home and watching them. Certain scenes, some scenes are just a bit boring. But some scenes are just enjoyable, and I think it's just generally good as a movie, and it's just really good, loads of good killings, and I don't think there's anything, and the time is really good on this as well. I think it works out about 150, which is quite a good time, which I like. Time is always one key thing for me if it's too short or too long, but I think this is good time, and I do like the pace of it. I think with being longer, like 150, it sets out more of a pace. You can have killings like every 15-20 minutes and sort of pan it out a bit better, and I do like a lot of the actors in it. It's good performances. Yeah, and it's really good. But that is my ranking. as I say, I do prefer the first three anyway. So, just to go over 6, 5, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2. But I do like the first three better than the more, 4, 5, and 6. But yeah, so guys, that's about as much as I want to talk about on that. Slightly longer video than what I thought it was going to be, but that's going to be it now. So guys, hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more vids, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.